Hey, what's going on, y'all? If you've been following me for a while, you know that back in April of 2018, I dislocated my left shoulder doing an obstacle course race. And I mean, since then, I've been back doing all my various calisthenics, which is something I did very much before that time. But one thing I haven't done since my injury is like a true dead hang. Now, I did dead hangs before, and as a matter of fact, if you look at my logo is me hanging from a bar doing a dead hang. So I did dead hangs before, but the reason why I haven't done dead hangs is because of my dislocation now. There's a whole lot of information out there talking about how beneficial dead hangs are, like with how they stretch a lot of your upper body, including like your lats and a lot of your shoulder structure, kind of help to make your shoulders more healthy, functional, flexible. And then also people talk about them improving longevity. I think by way of grip strength, because grip strength tends to be somewhat of a predictor of how fast you're aging and longevity and stuff like that. Now I will say I'm not sure if that's being put correctly. I think that So I did actually go after and find a study associated with grip strength called Grip Strength, an indispensable biomarker for older adults. And this study specifically says um, that there is adequate evidence to support the use of grip strength as an explanatory or predictive biomarker of specific outcomes such as generalized strength and function, bone mineral density, fractures and falls, nutritional status, disease status, and comorbidity load, cognition, depression, and sleep, hospital related variables, and mortality. So, grip strength was associated with all of that stuff. Grip strength is very much associated with your quality of aging and perhaps even longevity. But anyhow, what I want to do is record a video to show what I actually do. Even though I don't do true dead hangs, this is what I typically do. So the first thing is, so I will actually hang from the bar, but I won't do a dead hang. I do a flexed hang. So literally, my feet will still be on the ground, okay, and just slowly, I just kind of let myself kind of hang. So now I still have a bit of inflexibility in that shoulder. But what I'm doing is I'm letting myself hang a little bit, but I'm keeping it flexed. Okay. Now, again, I admit there is some level of concern I have with just kind of letting it all stretch out because I don't know fully the nature of my past injury and if there's still a tear there. But anyway, I get a little bit of stretch here. But I don't do that very much because again, all these years later with all of that weight on that shoulder, I just honestly, honestly, it's a confidence thing if I'm really honest. So anyhow, this is what I actually do as an alternative though. And I think it works very well without putting all that strain and stress on the shoulder joints. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it to the floor here. And by the way, if you haven't noticed by now, there are often toys on my floor. Please ignore those. I'm the father of two girls who, like to play a lot with toys and don't necessarily clean up. So I just don't even really worry about it that much. It just is what it is, man. I got other things I have to do other than, try to make everything look perfect. So anyhow, what I do is getting on my knees. And this is kind of similar to an exercise that I had to do when I was getting physical therapy. But basically what you do is I lean back and then I reach forward, okay? And I just keep on reaching forward, and once I reach forward to some degree, I'll actually kind of push down. Like literally what I'm doing is I'm kind of like moving my torso down, and you start to feel a stretch here in the lats and in the triceps, all down here, and even in the lower back a bit. And I'll tell you, this is probably like my favorite stretch for my shoulder joint, for my lats, and even down there into my what's it called? Your quadratus lumborum, which is like it is a muscle here kind of between, I want to say, your rib cage and your hip. And it's tighter still on that side that I dislocated, where I dislocated the shoulder. But anyhow, this is a good stretch. Now lean back and try to keep my hands stationary, and you can feel it stretch there. Now, and I'm very careful, but this is a way to kind of stretch and get that side having a good stretch. And a lot of times I just kind of like, every now and then take a somewhat of a breath, and they'll let me get into that stretch a little bit more. So this is a stretch that I do that helps. Okay, yeah, that feels good, especially on that other side. All right, so that's one of the stretches that I do. Now the other stretch, and like I said, you see the tent and some of these little toys and things, please don't mind those. But anyhow, another stretch that I kind of do, or I'm kind of trying to figure out how to best do it, is similar to what I was already doing, except I'm grabbing onto something. Once I get into that stretch, I grab onto something like so, and then I can pull. Be real careful with that. But again, as you see, that kind of lets me get a little bit of stretch there. Okay. I probably prefer to want my hands on the ground, but this allows me to get a little bit more stretch kind of up here. What's that, like teres, major and minor and stuff like that. Kind of allows me to get a little stretch down in there. Again, like I say, I probably prefer more so kind of do it on the ground like this, because I like to put my hands a little closer together. So that's what I do in place of a dead hang. I feel more secure with that, and it stretches like a lot of the same musculature without, without putting all that weight on the shoulder joints, you know. Oh yeah, I wanted to say one more thing too, in regard to the whole grip strength thing. Like I say, I think that grip strength, is very important in regard to, it kind of shows you how fast you're aging. It's very important to maintain that, even for safety reasons, and whether improving it increases your longevity or not, I'm not sure. However, because I don't do dead hangs, at least right now, it doesn't mean that somehow I'm not able to improve my grip strength, because grip strength is going to be increased by pull-ups. It's going to be increased by, chin-ups, even to some degree other exercises like dips as well, all of which I do. So you don't have to have a dead hang. I'm putting a lot of weight and putting a whole lot of grip strength training in with those exercises as well. Just because you're not able to, or not doing a dead hang, doesn't mean somehow you're not able to actually get in grip strength training. You see what I'm saying? So I just kind of wanted to say that as well. Hopefully this helps, and let me know what you guys think. And yeah, that's what I do in place of a dead hang.